Good morning.
Goeiemôre.
We've got endless Facebook problems this morning. It looks like we're going to have a problem with Facebook. So I don't know if people are even going to be able to see this today, but
Oh my word,
otherwise
what's
we'll
going
just
on?
replay it. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I'm probably making too much money. So I've been sleeping a bit late, but that's all good. That's all good. We actually wanted to talk about how immigration changed us as persons. And to be quite frank, we have not shared our thoughts with each other this morning. So we're talking about, I will be talking about my experiences and she'll be talking about her experiences. So no, how can I say? There were no behind the back conniving about this topic. So all right, let's chat a bit. What do you think was a thing that changed in your life? And you can now say for better or for worse.
On a personal level, I learned a lot about myself.
Okay, that's interesting.
A lot of things that I didn't know about myself that came to light.
Now I'm nieuwsgierig, and I think everybody else is as well. So, what was there?
I think I am actually more resilient than I thought I was.
Okay, resilient in which ways?
In a way that whatever comes my way, I'll just deal with it.
Okay, interesting.
And
you thought you were not that?
No, you think you're strong.
Yeah.
In South Africa, I also thought I was a strong woman, but then when you immigrate, life throws things at you that you never expected.
That was never on your agenda.
Yeah, and then you just deal with it. So I think I am more resilient than I thought I was.
I can tell you, I speak to a lot of women on a daily basis, and I think we as men underestimate a female's strength. I'm not talking about the blue eye thing. I'm talking about
I think so too.
How far you guys can really go if you want to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why they say women will change the world. Not men. They think they do, but they can't.
Yeah, men make war, but women don't make war. If women were countries, there would be a lot of dickback countries around the world.
No, we would solve all the problems without.
Solve all the problems without war. Okay.
What's the most important thing that you think changed within you?
I came from Cape Town and I've run my own businesses down in South Africa, and life was always at this extreme fast pace for me. So I think the thing that changes the most was the fact that I could be a bit more relaxed.
Okay.
Then there's another thing that changed a lot in my life. In South Africa, you have to have this front of who you are. You have to have this. In the investment business, let me explain it rather like this. If you work with high net worth clients, this is people who's got millions and millions of rands. They don't want to work with you if they don't think you are on the same level as they are.
Okay.
So they have to perceive, and this is just perceive, this is bullshit actually, sorry for the word. They have to perceive that you either got the same amount of money as them or more. Okay. So
how did you fool them? They could just drive past our house and they
no. Nobody ever knew where we lived, and we were actually trained by insurance companies on how to go about that. So I think that keeping a front up. Okay. Is that the right word?
Yeah. So that changed.
That changed in total. I am who I am. You can either like me or you don't like me. It's as easy as that. I'm not gonna change who I am just so that you can like me. I'm not into that game anymore.
Okay. One thing that I can say that I see changed in you is on a business level, when you talk to other business people and you talk to companies with regards to your insurance or whatever, you are a little bit more relaxed. You're not so harsh and you're not so confronting. Sometimes it still comes through, but I think you learned that in New Zealand you will get nowhere if that is the way that you operate.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You have to operate like that in South Africa. You
Yeah.
walk in and you hit
Yeah.
them, and you.
And if you weren't nasty or screaming or whatever, and then nothing got done. Where in New Zealand, if that's your attitude, they just
Nothing
can't
gets
help
done.
you. Yeah. So I see that changed within you.
But I can honestly say that the people I work with, sometimes it still sometimes stresses me out the fact that they are as relaxed as I am now. But then I just also realize these are also just human beings.
Yeah.
And I also realize they are doing the job.
Yeah.
I found in South Africa a lot of people were appointed but didn't really know how to do the job. And one of the big differences that I had to learn, and I sometimes still struggle with this, and it's been 7 years in New Zealand now, is that once you do a job, you do your job. And I'm sitting next to you, I do a different job. If you go and leave, we don't do your job. I still struggle with that sometimes, because in South Africa, anybody who left, everybody else picked up their job and the stuff just went on. So,
no, that is true.
Yeah.
But okay, how did you change?
I learned to adapt to that. I learned to understand if that person is going to be back on the 15th, I'm only going to call them again on the 15th.
Okay.
It might frustrate the living crap out of me, but I'm only going to call them on the 15th. And I'm going to put that in my diary. And I'm going to say, okay, guys, I'll call you back on the 15th. Not before the time, because it just doesn't work.
No.
Weird enough, it just doesn't work. So that's one of the ways I couldn't change them.
Yeah.
I had to be the change.
Yeah.
And a lot of people still struggle with that. And I know, and I work daily with people, and they all tell me, it just frustrates me. And then I think to myself, it did in the beginning for me as well, but I had to be the change.
Okay, so that's good to
and
know.
Then the other big thing is the fact that life is slower. In the beginning, that really that got to me. I'm being
and
quite
the thing
frank.
is, when we decided to immigrate, we wanted that.
Yeah,
we wanted the slower
but
lifestyle.
I mean, you were so used.
Yeah,
you were so used to being in this run, in this rat race, and we tend sometimes to forget that we live on an island.
Yeah.
We tend to forget that we live on an island, and we've got to live island time.
And this is what we actually wanted. So we just have to know this is what we
have
got
to
now.
Embrace the change.
Yeah.
And you have to be the change.
And it is not a bad thing. It is really not a bad
probably
thing.
Probably go as philosophers or something.
I definitely learned to slow down a little bit. When I go to the shops, so I go to Back and Save for groceries, whatever. When you get to the counter to pay, it's just relax. Stand in the queue. People will chat to you and whatever. There is no need to rush. You can't rush anyway. They'll help you when they can help you. So there's no reason.
I also had to learn in that respect.
Yeah.
I had to retrain myself, to be quite frank. Except being patient. Is that person that's there at the till, that person is going to have a chat to the person in front of me. It's going to take 5 minutes longer.
Yeah.
I had to retrain myself like that, and not to be nasty whenever I got my chance now. Because, I mean, let's face it, it's nothing as boring as standing in a till or in a queue for a till. It's nothing as boring as that. So these days I try to do my own, scan my own thing. But
I look and watch in other people's trolleys and maybe she's got a big family, or
that's
maybe
against
they're
the
on a
law.
diet.
Or you think, this guy's buying a lot of booze.
I know.
You must be South African, going to have a braai.
No, I really learned to just slow down a little bit, and
and that's important. And you can take time to slow down. The island gives you the time to slow down.
Yeah.
One thing that still peeves me off, to be quite frank, is when I'm on 110 kilometers an hour highway and they lower the speed to 30.
Yeah.
That's not on.
Okay. It's got nothing to do with how New Zealand changed.
Yeah, but you only got 2 highways. That's 110. So.
What else is there that's huge?
Well, what was also huge for me was the fact that I could once again enjoy nature really. I could
Yeah.
once again enjoy nature. I could go and walk on the beach without worrying, how will I conceal my firearm?
How will you what?
Conceal your firearm. Because in South Africa, I always carried a firearm.
Oh, I couldn't
Even
hear
going
what
to
you're
the
saying
beach,
now.
sorry.
Okay.
Even on the beach, I would conceal my firearm in a specific way that people can't really see you've got a firearm. So that was one of the
Yeah.
things. I could just take my what do they call swimming trunks here? My tocs.
Mm.
I could take my tocs and my handdoek. Just I'm
Yeah.
out of English this morning.
What also changed within me is that I am actually okay to be alone.
Yeah.
And I am okay with doing things alone. I am not scared to go for a walk around the mount on my own, or wherever. Just go for a walk in the bush
Yeah.
if I have to. So there's no need to be anxious and scared and just afraid. No, nothing like that. So I'm actually okay to be alone. In South Africa, I could not be alone. I hated to be alone.
This is one of the main hiccups we had in South Africa, not fights, hiccups, was the fact that we couldn't leave her really alone. We loved fishing, and we struggled to do overnight fishing because she was alone at the house. And I mean, yes, we had every type of security there, but
the thing is, what happened one night, they went fishing. Now, when they went fishing, I slept with almost all the lights in the house was on all the time. Even my bedside lamp was on. So I couldn't sleep because I can't sleep when it's light. But I had to see what's going on around me. And then the alarm went off the one night. And I called, the security company calls you to find out if everything is okay. So I said, I don't know. They said I must look out the window. I couldn't see anything outside the window. We had electric fencing. The gate was closed.
Everything.
I didn't hear a thing, but the alarm went off. So, I mean, the alarm is inside. And I was scared to bits. So they are very on it. So they were there in a couple of minutes. But then they called me from the gate. They couldn't get in. So they can't actually get in to see if anyone is there. And I'm too scared to go out.
You can't open the gate for them.
I can't open the gate.
Breach that
area. Oh my word. So that was really, really scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, they, I don't know how they managed, but they said that there was nothing wrong. So I still don't know how the alarm went off.
Sometimes it's just an ant or something that goes.
Yeah, it's still. So we slept with the doors open last night. Did you know that?
So no.
So that's just things.
As long as it didn't rain in, because it rained last night. So.
It's just different, and I like the way that I feel now that I'm in New Zealand. I'm so relaxed.
A second story doors, I don't even know that. I don't think they have got keys.
I think they all work with one key or something. Yeah, but
I've never even locked them or tried to lock them. So
it is just, I can't explain to you the feeling of just being so content and so relaxed, not worrying about safety. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that you can worry about. It's really nice not to have to worry about your own personal safety.
It is. It is always an issue to worry about your own safety. So we're still struggling to get hold of Facebook, but it's okay. We'll just run so later on Facebook. So,
do you want to do a draw for the?
Let's do a draw.
Holiday?
Let's do a draw.
I mean, for the voucher.
Let's do. We're giving a $2,000 voucher, travel voucher to somebody, and let's do a draw for that. Well, that's a good question. Where are you traveling? So let's go to our random number generator. Let's click on it and it's working. So let's do a number.
Please don't do it like that.
Number 168.
Oh.
Sorry, that's 168. Let's use 168. Let's go to this list. This list is getting longer and longer. Number 168.
No, you're wrong. That's
158.
158.
Sorry, I can't count.
Natasha Barros.
Natasha Barros. All right. And I actually think one of her family members also wasn't in the draw the last week.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And let's
This
do
one?
another one.
Oh.
Number 55. Where's 55? Let's go to 55. 55.
It's already
it's been already drawn. Let's do another one. Number 112 is Clement Mr. Diaz from Napier. Okay. So that is those people will be in our draw. We will do the draw. It's early next year. And
I think you said on the 31st of January.
something like that, yeah. We also got a few petrol vouchers in there, and
Yeah, a lot of people can do with that.
a lot of people can do with that. Yeah, so that'll be just really. What's the next big holiday? Is it Easter?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
so people can use some petrol vouchers for Easter. So
yeah,
that'll
go
be
away
fun.
for a
Go
little
away
bit.
for
Yeah.
So we're not going away this year. We're staying down.
Which is
Tauranga.
actually nice. Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps I can go fishing, but so
Do some nice things. in
really
and
looking
around
forward
us.
to some fishing. To
Yeah.
be quite frank. Yep. So, well, how do you feel? How do you feel that immigration has changed your lookout on life?
I think I have more empathy with people, especially immigrants. It doesn't matter what country they
Yeah.
come from, and especially if I see that they are really struggling, financially, yes, but emotionally, because I think it also made me very grateful to be able to not feel like that. To feel that I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I think that also gives you a little bit more empathy for people that's actually not feeling okay, and you feel grateful that it's not you. But that also puts some kind of responsibility on you to make sure that the people who are really finding it hard,
That they feel welcome. Is that
to make them just feel a little bit better, do something. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Sometimes, oh man, even a smile or just a friendly hello, whatever, can make a world of difference. And you'll be surprised at sometimes when you just smile at someone or say hello, or if I see a mum with kids in the shop and she's really struggling to get them all, keep them in the trolley or whatever, and I just say just something nice, or just make a little joke or whatever, and they will sometimes just start to spill the beans of how their day has been and how difficult it is.
and I tell them what the kids are.
But maybe that's just what they need on that specific day, just to talk a little bit about what's going on in life.
I was actually at the client yesterday, which lives right next to my daughter. No, my daughter's just moved into the place 2 or 3 days ago. And I said to her, wow, my daughter's living next to you. And she said, she heard one Afrikaans word there. This lady is English, but South African. English South African.
Yeah.
She said, she heard one Afrikaans word, and then the people kept on speaking English. And she was wondering, did she hear correctly?
It's probably when they unpacked.
I think it's probably when they unpacked. So somebody said an Afrikaans word that caught her ear, but then when she tried to listen, it was the rest was English. So, and I mean, they've been here for many years. Even they have still wants to reach out when they hear Afrikaans. So
it is funny how people, if they've been here for a very long time, how they kind of just want to get back to their roots a little bit.
It is, right? It is.
It is.
I can probably say this. I stopped listening to Afrikaans music in South Africa probably the last year before I left South Africa. Nothing against Afrikaans music, but I just at that stage felt that, geez, everything sounded the same.
It still does.
It still does, by the way. And for about 2 or 3 years in New Zealand, I'm not a big music listener. I like to listen to radio and to be up to date with what's happening in the news and all these type of things. So uh, about 3 years after I've arrived here, somebody said one day to me, "Have you heard this new guy, South African guy, blah, blah, blah?" And they sent me a Spotify link. And I went and listened, and I can promise you, I listen to a lot of South African music these
You
days.
do.
Again, I
You
do,
do.
yeah.
You do most of the
So
time.
most of
with
the time,
South
yeah.
African music playing in your car.
So
yeah.
it's just interesting how, even though I'm not there, I went back to that at the end of the day. So,
Another thing that I find interesting is Danica, Dalien's daughter, she's 16 years old now, and when we came back from Rotorua the other day, we were listening to Afrikaans music, and she said, "Do you want to have a look at my playlist on my Spotify?" Because I mean, she grew up in New Zealand. She was born here. She grew up here. She's speaking English, and okay, she does speak Afrikaans as well. She listens to Afrikaans music.
What actually happened in the cars when we went there? She and a few of her friends were traveling with us. I listened to English music because all the other kids were Kiwis.
Yes.
And when we got back in the car, she said she thinks it's time now for Afrikaans music because they can also try and understand this.
Yeah. So and I looked at her playlist, and it's just
it's interesting.
16-year-old and listening to the music that we used to listen to. It's really nice to see.
So
so I think the thing that changed the most within me is just to know that I'm stronger than I think, and that I can actually do things that I didn't think I can do.
Yeah. And especially if you take New Zealand, that's been to the other side of the world. It's a big push for anybody to come to New Zealand, and it really takes a lot, except the money wise. Is it the right word saying tap your energy?
It does.
It does. And once you are here, geez, you got to start rebuilding yourself basically.
Yeah.
And you got to rebuild emotionally and financially.
Yeah. I still try to challenge myself a little bit sometimes.
With what?
Just with seeing if especially with the driving to other places.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that anymore. But when my mom was here, I actually drove a little bit further, and I did stuff that I think I never would have been able to do alone. So it is actually just nice for me to think, oh my word, I can do this. I still have a problem driving to Auckland.
I think everybody's got a problem with Auckland because the traffic is
I think I'll be okay if it's this side of the bridge, but I am not so sure about going to the other side.
It's like a Simba story. Don't go to the dark
side. Don't go to the other side.
Never go
but
there.
I think I must do that one day. Just challenge myself a little bit and
go to Auckland.
I'll go visit Karen with my uncle or whatever.
But you'll probably end up on the TV news as
the slowest driver.
Somebody is driving 20 kilometers an hour in the middle of Auckland traffic. The reason why there's still peak traffic at 12 o'clock in Auckland.
So that is still something that I want to do, but I still haven't done.
Auckland's not a bad place.
No, it's not. I'm just I'm just an anxious driver.
The thing is, if you are used to traffic, Auckland probably ain't that bad. If you come from Johannesburg Cape Town was fast. The thing is, Cape Town had traffic, but we had traffic at about 120, 130 kilometers an hour. And I mean, that's some days the traffic would slow down. But Auckland is slow traffic.
It's not. They're actually.
No, if the traffic is flowing, it's good.
Yeah.
That's not an issue. If everybody, then it's about 80 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That's the fastest Auckland traffic really goes. But if it goes down to below 40, and that I've been stuck in those traffic many times.
I can do that. Because then I can watch the GPS and see, I have to go.
No, you drive so slow, you see the snails going past you and the ants.
Yeah.
The granny on the bicycle going past.
So, what I actually can say is don't be afraid of the change.
Embrace it.
Embrace it and learn from it.
It's going to challenge you. And if the change is for the better within you, why not?
Yeah.
The change is for the better within you. Why not? And if you struggle with the change, you're going to be the change. You have to be the change.
Yeah.
The world is not going to change just because you feel uncomfortable.
I don't know if this is just because I'm getting older or if it is because of the immigration journey, but I tend to kind of find myself when people moan about small stupid stuff, I can't get emotional about it. Yes, it's just like they are really upset about something, and in the past I would probably sit and cry with them about stupid stuff, but now I'm just like, maybe I come
Get over it. Yeah.
Maybe they think I'm, I don't know, hard. But it's not that. It's not that. I mean, it's not. I'm not talking about emotional stuff.
Deep stuff. Yeah.
Deep stuff. I'm talking about small, stupid things.
Like complaining about the Auckland traffic.
No, or complaining. I don't know. But some people just complain about everything, and there's really nothing to complain about. But so then I will probably just nod and go like, yeah, what? I won't say it, but I'll think whatever.
Yeah.
But it definitely made me. On an emotional level, I think I'm a little bit deep. I've grown up and I can relate.
Yeah.
And I think we are in a position, everyone that's immigrated are in a position to be there for someone that is going through a hard time because you know exactly what they're going through.
I would think on that basis, I think that immigration has taught me some empathy.
Yes.
Or let me say rather a lot of empathy with people. I do understand where they come from. I do understand what's going through them. And if it goes bad with them, I mean, I'm probably one of the people that jumps in and tries to sort everything out for everybody without trying to take over, because people still need to have their own lives regarding that.
And that's the thing. You can give them advice and you can be there for them. But in the end, everyone needs to make their own decisions and find their own place.
Find their own place, That is so. And it's tough. It's one of those things, people have to do it. So,
but you are stronger than you think. I can promise you that.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you this morning to see how strong you are.
What?
Okay. You're going to say goodbye now, then you're going to make us each a cup of coffee.
I'm sure I'll be able to do that.
All right, guys. Sorry about Facebook this morning. I don't know what's going on there. Facebook is still offline with us. So let's call it today.
Okay.
It's nearly Christmas. Stay well until then.
I
just counted this morning 30 days.
Yeah, no, it's almost, the year is just almost gone.
All right. See you all next week, same time, same place.
Bye-bye.
Bye.